stronger?
I think the key for speaking like Cujo is you have to always be really slow in what you are saying, and sometimes bring out a little bit of a smile at the end, but
Josh, Barry Flatman, Sunday Times. Where you come from, I would like to hope you do a Greg Rosetsky impersonation, because everyone in British tennis does a Greg Rosetsky impersonation.
well, I think the key for doing a Greg is that you got to speak out of about 20% of your mouth. I mean, he doesn't actually use the rest of his mouth at all. So that's definitely a really important part of speaking like Greg, and yeah, for sure.
Barry, Prime 7 Sports. Thomas Berdych, been in the final here. He's kind of semi-finals Australian Open, finals of Wimbledon. Doesn't win the big ones. How do you explain that?
Well, yeah, I think it's always a big challenge. The tennis that we have right now is very, very strong, and for sure we have a lot of fantastic players here. So it's definitely important to keep trying and wait for the opportunity to present itself.
Richard?
Richard Eaton, AFP. I'd like to ask Roger Federer if he likes hot dogs.
I love hot dogs. I like to hit one every single match. If you haven't hit a hot dog, then it's not a proper match. It's just default the match. It's love to showboat, love to get out there, give the crowd a bit of entertainment, and yeah, it's incredible.
Now, Josh, John McEnroe, one of the great all-time players. Do you think he should be so serious?
I'm a completely serious guy. Never make a joke. I'm just completely deadpan for the whole time. So I don't really know what that question was all about. I'm not going to say the line. Every time you guys get me in here, try to get me to say it, but it's not going to happen.
So, John, could you have a bit of a chat with Andy Murray, because your insight into the game might help him win yet another Wimbledon title this year?
Well, I mean, for sure. I mean, if we look at Andy Murray right now, this guy's got, and I hate to say it because I don't like him, but he's got Ivan Lendl. Looked pretty good with this guy. Andy, I mean, what were the sort of biggest changes that Ivan was able to impart into your game? Not really sure what he was able to do. Probably, I mean, mostly it was I thought it would be a good idea to get a sense of humor transplant with Ivan, but he's about as devoid of humor as I am, so that was unfortunate. It didn't work out, but it's great to have a guy who's been there and done it. Yeah, I mean, for sure, but you gotta admit Lendl's not a great guy. I don't really know about that.
And John, what advice would you give to Roger Federer these days? Because he's got someone new in his group.
I mean, I don't really know what advice you can give to Roger. The guy is just so talented. I mean, talk about the greatest player of all time. I mean, he's just so good every time he walks on the court. You can't get enough of this guy.
And perhaps if you were in Novak's corner?
I think Boris is doing a pretty good job so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Berry.